Hey everybody, welcome to SOAR from Home. It's me, Lindsay. I hope everybody's having a happy Tuesday so far. It's nice and sunny out. Hopefully these warm temperatures are going to come faster than they say they are and melt all that snow away, right? All right, so today we are going to be doing something new. I know, you can't believe it. I keep coming up with new and random ways that we can have fun together from home. So today we are going to be playing Name a Word. Now, how Name a Word works is I'm going to be giving you a category. So say I'm going to give you a category insects. Then with my computer that you cannot see, it's in front of me, I'm going to be clicking a random letter generator. And what that does, it just scrolls through and shoots me a random letter. So you know I'm not just picking it off the top of my head. And then I'll be writing it right here. And then we'll have to think of something, an insect that starts with that letter, if that was the category. So if I said bee, and we're trying to think of an insect, we could start thinking beetle, butterfly, bumblebee. So we can write any insect that starts with the letter B. You only have to write one. But that's how the game works. So you have a category, you will have a letter. Some letters may be hard, right? Sometimes if you get the letter I don't know if I could come up with an insect that starts with the letter I, and that's okay. It's to stretch our minds. Maybe that's something too, is that you can use that time to pause when you're thinking of writing something down to research it. Okay? So it's giving you something to do today. Let's do our research. Let's learn about something new. All right, so there's gonna be 10 categories. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get a paper and a writing utensil, and you're gonna label your paper 1 through 10. This is mine. I'm gonna be writing my words as I go, because I don't know the letters yet. And then I'll share with you what I come up with at the end, and we'll see how different our answers are, or similar if we come up with similar items. So pause, go get your paper, your writing utensil, and label your paper 1 through 10. Pause your video. Okay, we're gonna dive right into the game now that you have your paper numbered. So as I move, so you can see the board a little better, you can see that I've got 5 on this board. I bought 2 whiteboards this weekend to help me out because my other whiteboard was in fact broken. The frame completely fell off. It was no longer safe. So we got some safe ones. So I have 5 on this board and 5 on the other one. So we'll have 10 categories altogether. I tried to do very broad ones, so hopefully we'll get some good ones. And also I had lots of ideas, so we can definitely play this again. Also, let me know what your guesses are in the comments, because I always like reading them. And I got a few of you who are doing it, so I really like and enjoy reading what you guys are guessing later on. Okay, so our first category is animal. And so you're going to think of an animal that starts with, let's see what the computer says, the letter T. So an animal that begins with the letter T. All right, pause your video and think of your answer. All right, next question or category is boy's name. Now, some names work for boys and girls, right? So that's kind of nice. But just think of a friend, think of one you've heard. So a boy's name. And the computer says a boy's name that starts with a K. Okay, maybe you are a boy and you have a K name. That would work out nice, right? All right, pause your video and write down your answer. The pauses are working for me too because I get to write down my answers. Number 3, the category is school supplies. So when I'm saying school supplies, I'm meaning like if you were going to school, remember back into your elementary or high school years and think about all the things at the beginning of the year. They're like, make sure you have pencils, markers, crayons, paper, binders, all that school list that they would always say, hey, make sure you have all of this so that you can do school, right? So school supplies, anything you would use in school, be anything. And the letter it gave us is O. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to put for this. An O. So let's think. All right, pause and think about an O. Maybe that might require some research. It can also be like, an orange something or a brand that starts with an O something. Just as a hint. Pause and put down your answer. Next category is, for 4, we're on number 4, make sure you're in the right spot, food. All right, so our category is food, and we gotta think of a food that starts with the letter R, the computer says. R. Okay, so pause and think of your food for letter number 4 that begins with the letter R. All right, we're going to move on to number 5. Number 5 is field trip location. So anywhere you could take a field trip to. It could be far away, it could be close. So that's our category. Remember, museums, ballparks, zoos, everything. And the computer says something that starts with an N. So it could be in the title. So a field trip location that starts with an N. Really tough for me. All right, pause your video and think of your answer or research your answer. Okay. All right, I'm just finishing up my answer. So I'll hold this up once again. If you need it, that's 1 through 5 with the letters. Now I'm putting up 6 through 10 categories. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into 6. 6 is something you wear. So remember, you can wear things on your head, on your feet, on your hands, on top, on bottom. So something you wear that begins with the letter R. Okay, so something we wear that begins with the letter R. Remember, it could be something that has a color in front. And what color begins with the letter R? And pause your video, write down your answers. Okay, number 7. A color is our category. Remember, there's our rainbow colors, and then there's our colors outside the rainbow, right? Like teal and aquamarine. There's lots of fun colors out there. I think Crayola comes out with a new color every year. They have a contest for people to name their colors. Have you guys ever put in a name for the Crayola color contest every year? That's always fun. Okay, so our color, it's going to give me the letter H. I'm going to do it one more time. We're going to cheat in that one. And it's giving us the letter P. That's a good one. There's a lot of P colors. Okay, write down what your color is for the letter P and pause. All right. Number 8, we're going to try to figure out someone famous. So it could be a movie actor or actress, a singer, someone who's just, you know, popular in the media, someone who's famous to you. It could be a baseball player, an athlete. Okay, so a newscaster. So someone famous, it could be their first name or last name. And we're going to figure out a letter. So there's just the first letter of their first name or last name has to have the letter T. So somebody famous, T has to be the first letter of their first name or last name. Pause and write down your answer. Okay. Number 9. Category is store. So the store name is what I'm meaning. So there's grocery stores, clothing stores, hardware stores, sports stores, craft stores. There's so many kinds of stores, right? And every store has a name, title. So they'll give us a lot of options to work with, right? And it gave us the letter P again. I feel like it's stuck in a path right now, giving us the same letters, but we'll take it, right? So a store that begins with the letter P. Ready? Pause your video and write down your answer. Okay, last category. This will give you lots of answers, and I'm curious what you guys think of because it'll let me know kind of what you like to watch or what you know about. Category number 10 is a movie or TV show. So it could be a movie or TV show, the title of it. And we're going to find a good letter to do. Let's give me this. C. So a movie or a TV show that begins with the letter C. All right. Pause your video and write down your last answer. Okay. If you need to go back and write down any answers, go for it, or like rewind the video. Sorry, that was a yawn. And write down one. I do have one missing that I can't think of. I don't have the luxury of pausing the video while I'm making it. So hopefully I'll think of something for it before I come to it. But I'm going to read you what my guesses were. I'm going to throw back up the 1 through 5 questions. So my first one, I want to know how many people also guessed this. My first answer was animal that starts with the letter T. How many people guessed tiger like me? It was my first thought. It's my son's favorite animal, so I couldn't even think of it. Also, did anybody else read Calvin and Hobbes growing up or still read it? Because that was pretty big in our house. We had all the books and I read them all. So number 2, a boy's name that begins with the letter K. So I wrote Caden. My cousin's name is Caden and it begins with a K. So I do know, but I also know there's like Kyle. I have another cousin named Kyler who starts with K as well. So I'd be curious what other K names you come up with for boys' names. Remember, comment below. So how to comment is that you should see below the video a section that says comment, and you can just like type in and press enter, and I'll see it below the videos. It notifies me when you guys comment, and then I can go and comment back to you guys and kind of have a little chat that way. Number 3, a school supplies that starts with O. And like I said, you can do this, so if you need to go back and fill something in, You can do like, because O is a hard word. If you came up with something that does actually start with O, I'm giving it to you. You get a bonus point. I couldn't think of anything. Of course, I didn't have much time, but I put an orange crayon. I was going to put orange highlighter too. So that is where I went for that. What did you guys guess? I kind of want to know if you came up with something that starts with an O, or if you researched it on the computer. Let me know what you found. Number 4, a food that begins with the letter R. I put rice. Did anyone else put rice? What other things did you guys put? I'm curious. Number 5, a field trip location that begins with N. I put going to Noodles and Company. That's a good field trip. That fills you up. Gets you nice and full when you go to Noodles and Company, right? That's a good place. It's pretty yummy. What did you guys put? Also, tell me if you've already been to this field trip location or you would like to go to your field trip location. That's a good one. I'd like to know that. Number 6. Your category was something you wear that begins with an R. And I put a Redskins hat, like the team, the Redskins. And you have a hat of them. Could have been a jersey too. But what did you guys put for that? Did you put like a red shirt? You know, you got lots of things. You could put shoes. You could put pants, socks, red. Or did you actually come up with an article of clothing that starts with an R? Number 7. A color that starts with P. I know that there's 2 main colors that start with P, but I chose my favorite color. It's pink. It always has been pink. Probably always will be pink. But who put, I want to know how many people put pink, how many people put purple, and how many people put a whole different other color altogether. And what was it? So let me know. I'm curious. Number 8. Someone famous. Someone famous that begins with the letter T, and you could have done their first name or their last name. I went with one of my favorite actors, which is Tom Hanks. You may or may not already guess, because you all know that I love my Disney, but I love Tom Hanks because he's in Toy Story. And number 9, a store that begins with the letter P. This was the hardest one for me that I couldn't think of. So the one I could think of was like a photography store, but I don't have like a name for one. I can just think of photography store. So let me know if you actually have a store that begins with P, and I just can't think of one right now. Which is okay. If you couldn't think of one for one, totally fine. That's just where I was at. So let me know what you thought of. Number 10, movie or TV show that begins with the letter C. I put Cars. It's one of my favorite movies. My son loved it. I love the Cars area in Disneyland. It's really cool. It looks like the movie Cars. But I also like Cars 2 a lot, because then he's like a spy. And Mater's in there, and he's like, Mater's a spy. So, what did you guys put for C movies? There's lots of them. Like Casablanca is a really good one. There's a lot. So Cars was just the first one I thought of. I want to know what your guys' answers are. Comment below. Our SOAR Smile shout out of the day goes to the company Quilt Haven, who is spreading the word and getting the word out to sewers that we need masks made for all of our group homes and individuals that have requested masks, that they need them. And we want to make sure that need is met. Please send in those SOAR Smile shout outs so that I always have lots to give out. Reminders, our activity boxes are live. We see lots of sign-ups. Those activity boxes, they give us something to do. I promise there's always more than one activity. You get everything you could possibly need to do that activity all sent to you in one. I'm going to be sending out the first round of boxes on Monday, so make sure to get signed up for those so you get yours, okay? All right, everyone, have such a great Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Bye.